quality housing. We're dealing with human beings and lives, not sardines you stuff in a box. They deserve to live in quality housing. It pains me when I have to deal with cases in NYCHA and other cases where people are subjected to mold and leaks for months, if not longer, and not getting the help they deserve. So when people build here, they better build quality housing for our residents. And we want to see family units, not sardine boxes. They deserve to live in quality apartments. And when I say they, our residents who live here, who've sacrificed here. People like Brother Ron, who fought very hard for decades to get affordable housing built here in Coney Island. Also, residents in this neighborhood should not just be witnesses to development, they should be active participants in it as well. We have a number of residents in this community who are skilled, who have the licensing and the credentials to be a part of the construction of the housing. They should not be on the sidelines. And I'm tired of just OSHA classes. I'm tired of just those workshops. We need people hired working on the site. Am I right about that? So that is critical. So number one, we have to first of all address our infrastructure issues and challenges, whether our sewer capacity can accommodate the housing. That's critical. Number two, the type of housing we're talking about, quality housing, not small boxes, but actual family apartments, quality apartments, making sure that local residents are working on the job site, and not just working on the job site, but I would argue that once if it's constructed, that the people working as the maintenance workers, the people working in the buildings, are also from our neighborhood. And they should be a part of a union so they can get good pay and benefits. So I would also argue on the merits that is a site that if you look at it, it's right adjacent to Neptune Avenue, and across the street is Kaiser Park. Now if you're talking about building a building there with family units and you have children, is there currently, think about it, because I drive by that location every day. Is there currently a safe crosswalk from West 28th Street to Kaiser Park? There is not. So where is DOT in this? So we have a lot of things to look through on the merits of this project. But I just want to say that is the lens that I'm looking at this from. The lens I'm looking at this from is this a quality construction project? Is this something that will actually meet the needs of our residents? And making sure that our residents have access to these apartments. Will there be a solid commitment that at least 50% of the units go to CB13? Will there be a commitment that the AMI levels, that the income levels will reach the families in our community that need help the most? Will there be a commitment to increase and deal with our parking crisis? That's also a real issue. But I have to say this, folks. I have to say this. I took a vote in the City Council on ZQA, zoning for quality and affordability. It was not popular with some, but I'll explain what it did. It said basically that in the city of New York, we value families more than we value a parking space. Now, I know parking is a major problem. It is. I live here and I also deal with the congestion, and I recently had a reaction that I gave to the DOT commissioner during a briefing about her plan for congestion in Midtown Manhattan. And I said to her respectfully, calling Commissioner Trottenberg, come down to Coney Island in the summertime. We're like Midtown Manhattan. We have to deal with that. And I have made it very clear that parking has to be a big part of this, should this move forward. To make sure that they don't just follow what minimum standard is. We have to increase parking as much as possible, the requirements. Making sure that the units, again, are not just studios or not just small, tiny spaces, that they're actually families making sure that there are commitments, binding commitments, that the units are for our families here, and residents working on the site, and working in the site. So those are the things that I'm watching. Also, DEP's advisory opinion, making sure that our infrastructure is adequate. DOT being a part of the process, making sure that children, if this moves forward, have a safe place to cross with their families. There's a lot of factors that I did not hear so far. But my ears are open to you.